Welcome to the Coach Don Show. I'm your host, Coach Don. Hope everybody having a wonderful Mother's Day and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Um, and hope our Mother's Day was filled with joy, love, and all those great things. Today we're gonna get into the NBA draft lottery results, and we're gonna try to do to at least pick number nine, just to go through and see who we think they might draft and you know who they should and what they need and all those things. So you got number one, Washington Wizards; number two, Utah Jazz; number three, Grizzlies; number four, Chicago Bulls; number five, Clippers; number six, Brooklyn Nets; number seven, Sacramento Kings; number eight, Atlanta Hawks; number nine, Dallas Mavericks. So coming into the draft, I wanted to at least try to get a top five pick, just because really all it came down to is just wanting to feel like the losing season was for a reason. I ain't no loser, man. I don't like my teams that I love, and I've been loving my whole life to be losing. I don't care if we ain't get the number one pick, then it really was for now. But it is over. We don't call spill milk, so I believe if you got a top 10 pick, you got a blue chip player in this draft. As long as you drafting for the, you don't want to draft double spots. You already got a point guard. You draft another point guard. Then the blue chip player might not look like a blue chip player. You got two players at the same position. So they does the same thing. So that's what it all really boils down to. So we're gonna get into number one. I think that's a no brainer. AJ DeBanster out of BYU. Um, I think he's the most talented player in the draft. I think it's him, and then 2 through 10, 11 is interchangeable. So I don't think the draft started until you get to number two. But he's a three-level scorer, defender, 6'9", 6'10", NBA body. You're gonna hear that a lot. He got an NBA body. Just mean he got a grown man body. He ain't all frail and all those things. I look at him like I hate to say it, but like a young Paul George. How Paul George came in the league and splash of Jason Tatum like type thing. So I think he's gonna be a good one. On number two, Utah Jazz. I think they select Darren Peterson to go along with the other um, all-star level guard they have in the backcourt, Keontae George. They got two bigs. Only way I see them drafting Cameron Boozer if they somehow trade marketing, and I think they draft Cameron Boozer. But they keep over their bigs. No reason for them to draft Cameron Boozer because they just got three bigs, and they all do three different type of things for sure, but they ain't what you need. So Utah Jazz, they got a nice little squad going, man. A lot of young players, athletic players. So we'll see how they turn out, But I think they drop Darren Peterson there. Number three, Memphis Grizzlies. I think this Carlos Boozer land. They traded Darren Jackson Jr. to the Jazz, so they looking for a big man to replacement. And I think Cameron Boozer is that. I think Cameron Boozer probably the most stable pick. I don't think he's gonna get in trouble. He know what it take to be a pro because his dad was in the NBA, Carlos Boozer. So he seems like a mature kid. He got a hit. That's another one got an NBA body. So he ready to rock and roll. I'm looking forward to watching them play. The Bulls, I think, it's probably where A Cup go out of Arkansas. Also the kid out of Tennessee, um, Nate Nate Emmett. I think if he, if he goes, he comes out. I don't know if he's coming out or not. I haven't kept up recently. I seen that he was undecided. So if he decided to come out, if he decided to come out, I think he probably go to the Bulls. He's a young, athletic, scoring wing, tall, smooth. But I don't know if he come out. So I think it's probably A Cuff land. But that'll be good. Bulls, they dying for a superstar, man. They need a scoring guard superstar. Where they got Josh Giddy over there, so they need another playmaker, another scorer. They really need a wing, so maybe Emmy come out and they grab him. You never know. It's getting closer to the draft, so I need to probably check and see if they got him or not, and see what that's all about. 5 LA Clippers. I think this where the guy on is as of late is Caleb Woodson, so I think he goes to the Clippers. Yeah, 19-year-old. I believe he broke the record for 20-point games at North Carolina as a freshman. Like, that's saying a lot. I mean, big time. All the freshmen, the great freshmen they done had come through there, and he broke the record. I think he had 43, 44 20-point games until broke his hand, broke his finger, and then he just said, "I don't want to get no more injured, man. He already broke your finger. You're gonna be a lottery pick." So I understand that. And he wasn't probably gonna win anything. I'm gonna see the Brooklyn Nets. Markel Brown. I think he a superstar. But I seen an interview after the order was said, and he was saying how much he loved Dallas, and Dallas is his favorite city in the country. It's hard to argue with that, but he a true point guard. I think he's 6'4", 6'5", playmaking, defending. Like these guards, man, they come lately. They all coming this big, like 6'4", 6'5", 6'6" guards. Like it's like the small guards is not the Kyrie Irving, Jalen Brunson of the world. Like those few and far in between. Which A Cup he kind of small, but he ain't that small. He like 6'2", but like a Steph Curry size. But I think they need a guard. Michael Porter Jr. He ain't really. He can't make nobody better, man. To be honest, he ain't making nobody better. He ain't doing nothing but chugging and get on podcasts and talking about men versus women type stuff. So he ain't making nobody better. They need somebody that's gonna make other players better, including Michael Porter Jr. if he's still there. So we'll see how that one turns out. Number 7, Kings. You have Pete Fleming, A Cup if he fall. You got those type players, and they need a guard and all those things. The Kings, they need a lot. They need a point guard. They need another wing scorer. They need a big, but they got a few pieces, man. But they just gotta, one, stay healthy, and 2, stop trying to tank all the time. Like, come on, man. Atlanta Hawks, number 8. They need. They got Kaminga from Golden State. They got Dyson. They got Johnson. So they really just trying to replace Trey Young. You know, they need a point guard that's going, Fleming, Michael, Acuff. Like they need somebody like that. You know, which these last three, four, they all need point guards though. These would be the range like 5, 6 to 10 where you see probably run on point guards. You never know, man. Some of these 10 they'll find see somebody overseas and somebody we never heard of, and they'll draft them, and you know somebody fall, man. I guarantee you, it's somebody overseas is getting drafted in that top 10. It never fails. I don't think it's ever been a draft where somebody from overseas didn't get drafted. You know, but we'll see. But the guy Yaks out of Michigan, you know, he I think he goes in the top 10. Acuff top 10, obviously. Fleming, I think he goes top 10. Michael Jr., I think he goes top 10. So it's a convoluted 5 through 10, man. That remember what I said. Somebody from overseas gonna get drafted. Is gonna throw everything off. Somebody we never heard of that probably ain't gonna be over here for the next 2 years. You know, they always draft them guys high. Number 9, we have Dallas Mavericks. You know, so Dallas Mavericks, man, that's my squad. So we need a point guard. So we get a point guard and move, because Kyrie can move to the 2. He's smart. He's good enough to make this change. So we want to draft a Kingston Flemings or Michael Brown Jr. One of those type of guys. Those big point guards, playmaking guard that we can. We'll be fine doing that. You know, we also need another scorer, preferably on the wing. If we can get a scoring 4, 6'9" to 6'11", somebody like Caleb Wilson, we can get him in there. I think we'll be cooking with grease. You know, Mavericks, they're not too far off from being a playoff team. From being a championship contender, they 3 or 4 players. Well, I ain't gonna say 3 or 4 players. All it takes in the NBA, it takes one great player to get you as a championship contender. But for sure, I think we close enough to get in the playoffs. We got to get in the playoffs. Like the last 2 years, like we got Cooper Flag out of it. We gonna get a top 10 pick this year out of it. Like enough is enough. We got to get in the playoffs. We signed the great Ujiri as the player personnel guy, basically the guy that running the team and running the roster, and Mike, the new GM. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited what they can do. They bold, you know. A lot of people like he like to jerk them Africans, you know. But he found some diamonds in the rough, man. In his team. I'm surprised he didn't get another job after the Toronto. Maybe he did. I just didn't want paying attention, but obviously he was a free agent because he signed with us during the basketball season. So, but I feel like Mavs need a scoring. We need a scoring wing. We need shooting. We need to get out some of them contracts. You know, we don't need another big, because the bigs we got with Lively and Gafford, they just can't stay healthy. They good big, quality big, but they just can't stay healthy. Man, we gotta. I don't know what it is. Like I always heard PJ Washington. I always heard like, of course, Kyrie coming off an injury. Like we just always heard, and I don't know. We had Casey Smith. We had Casey Smith trained. We wasn't going through all those injuries, but now all of a sudden we are. So hopefully we get that turned around. Like that's our biggest problem, injuries. Like we get our full team, the team we got now, plus the draft 2. We have the first and second round draft here. We get some good players. There are some contributing players. I feel like we get to the 6 seed, man, 7 seed, and go from there. So I feel like you get Kyrie and Cooper Flag in a playing game, we winning. Like, so I feel like we're gonna make the playoff next year. We if we do the right thing, you know. So we just gotta buckle down, man. We gotta the media gotta stop asking about Luka and all that, man. That, you know, his press conference where he said that we make kings. I mean, when one king go, another king come. You know, kings come, kings go, kings come, kings go. Like, it's true. Like, Cooper Flag is here. Like, there's no point of we talking about Luka. No point of asking him about Luka. He wasn't here. He didn't trade. He don't care. Like, he got a job to do. It's over with. He don't have to answer questions how y'all want him to answer. Like, he ain't gotta say I wouldn't have done it. Like, a lot of fans want him to say I wouldn't have traded Luka. Like, why would he say that? Like, don't make no sense. Like, just do your job. He's just doing his job and trying to put the best team that we have now on the floor. That's it. That's all that matters. All that should matter. I don't care. You know, I'm still a Luka fan, but I don't care if he win or lose. I don't care what he doing. It don't matter to me. Like, after the first season, yeah, but now, like, come on, man, it's over and done with. It's time to move on. You know, I don't know if Jason Kidd will be here, but I feel like that's gotta be a decision made before the draft. Like, you can't go into the draft process with your your coach in limbo. You know, I personally think Jason Kidd ran his course. Like, he you know he been on Lowry the last 2 years, so can't get no worse. So might as well get fresh faces, fresh eyes, fresh ears, fresh egos, like all those things in there. You know, you'd be surprised what just a pair of fresh eyes would do on the situation. The GM, the and all those new guys, those are fresh eyes. So you get fresh coaching eyes. Like, it's the same thing, work the same way. So hopefully, man, we get it together. Hopefully, this draft has started something good. Have a great 2027 season. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I know it's a long way away, but you ain't in the playoffs. You got to talk about next year. You know, all you have it next year when this year is gone. So, you know, but I'm looking forward to all these young men sharing their dream and having all the dreams come true. You know, these picks can set a franchise for the next 10, 15 years, set you up, or they can set you back, you know, because now you got to wait another draft, you know. So hopefully everybody, you know, the NBA, when it's a parity, like, it's best, you know. So I'm looking forward to it, man. It's always go mad, man. I'm ready for us to get back in this thing, man. I went to the home opener this year. It's the only game I went to. I usually try to go to like 4 or 5 games a season, at least once a month or once every 2 or 3 weeks, you know, just for my schedule. So I try to get, but I went to the first one with the Spurs, and that's when Wemby had like 45, and I was like, I ain't waste my money no more, man. You know, so but I'm gonna be back in the open, going back to the opener this year, and so hopefully start off great and stay healthy, man. But I appreciate everybody listening. You know, like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube Coach Don Reacts, TikTok Coach Don Reacts, Instagram Coach Don Reacts, X Coach Don Reacts, um, Facebook The Coach Don Show. So like, comment, subscribe, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate all the love I be getting. And till next time, man. Peace.